Thank you very much for that, Johnny, and thank you all for being here, and a very big thank you to Johnny for making today happen. It would not have happened without him, so thank you. Welcome to what Better Together have called the real face of the independence campaign. It's a huge honour to be here today and to be the first speaker up. This conference is a conference of a revolutionary movement, a movement that can and must transform Scotland. We can create a Scotland that is more just, that is fairer, and that creates a new economy and a new, better society. We all know the failings of the British state, a crippling devotion to corporate power, an unbending commitment to an economic model that collapsed, not for the first time, in 2008. A ceaseless drive to blame foreigners, the poor, the vulnerable, for problems created by the rich. We can do better, so much better. This moment in Scotland's story is vital. We have the opportunity to reverse the corporate capture of our state and the intrusion of the market into every aspect of our lives. Over the last year, we, as RIC and as Yes Scotland, have driven the debate to the side of humanity. Rather than trumpeting lower corporation tax as a central reason for independence, the debate has shifted to universal childcare. Instead of arguing for deregulated neoliberal state powers, the Yes campaign is opposing the bedroom tax, something that we all should stand up and oppose together. I am very proud to stand here as a Scottish Green, and it's the Greens, through their work, has put the issue of a Scottish currency on the table, and I am convinced that for our economic independence, this is an argument we can and must win. And importantly, we, all of us in this room and beyond, have shown that there are people beyond the SNP that want independence, beyond party structures, beyond some might say the old political format. We must all contribute to developing this radical vision for a radical Scotland. And we must keep up the progress that we have started on and do much more over the coming months. We must campaign not just to defend the social security system we all value so much. We must fight for social security that does not divide people. We must have a system that provides for all. When Nicola Sturgeon calls for an end to the attack on social security, she is absolutely right. But an independent Scotland must go further, much further. We should value every citizen and ensure a citizen's income, a basic income for all. We must and do think radically about the way we organise and the way society operates. For too long, global corporations have profiteered through the flogging off of our public services. We must rebuild faith in public and community ownership of our services, and we have to start doing that now. We should all be proud of the fact that Holyrood defended the NHS from Westminster privatisation. We should all be delighted. We should all be delighted that the SNP have promised to renationalise our Royal Mail. But an independent Scotland must go further, for our country will only be run by the people, for the people, if the major economic decisions are made by the people, for the people. So we need worker control, community ownership, participatory budgeting, and a new commitment to real local democracy. We need to allow workers to buy their workplaces. A government investment fund to support buyouts would have transformed the Grangemouth dispute that Johnny has already mentioned. With the right to purchase the business and the funds to back that, we could have had a very different outcome to what happened a couple of weeks ago. Last year, Kat Boyd said that we need a Scotland for the millions, not for the millionaires. We have seen to our great cost what a Scotland for the billionaires really looks like. We must ensure that our public utilities are governed democratically. This will not only end the greed culture that has impoverished so many, it will make further sell-offs and privatisations impossible. We can create an economy that destroys the notion that there is no alternative to privatisation, deregulation, tax cuts, austerity. We can create an economy which shows the way out of the neoliberal nightmare that Westminster is determined to lengthen. So, what is to be done? The radical independence movement is an important start to this, and we've already shaped the debate considerably, but we have work to do over the coming months, and referendum day cannot be where we stop. We need a movement on the streets, in our parliaments, in our local governments. We need a movement that operates within our communities. We have to go beyond the referendum to create the economy that we all so desperately want and so desperately, desperately need. We showed the world that Scotland rejects UKIP's racism and bigotry, and I salute those who drove Nigel Farage out of Edinburgh. So we have to continue to fight fascism wherever we find it. The lessons of Scandinavia have been well aired too, but we must learn from the lessons of Latin America, where practical action has rolled back neoliberalism and elite rule. We need to take control of our assets, of renewable energy, of our currency, of our communities, and we need to run those assets in a democratic, open and transparent way. Today we'll explore many of the ways we can do this, and I'm excited by the potential of what so many people here today offers. The campaign today, over the coming months, and beyond the 18th of September next year. I'm excited about creating a radical, independent Scotland. Thank you for being here.